Families took cover as shots were fired right outside their door. Tonight, the latest on the search for suspects in a deadly apartment complex shooting. Good evening, I'm Stacy Scheibel.
And I'm Keith Kate. Thank you for joining us tonight. Tampa police are investigating a shooting at an apartment complex that happened overnight. One person is dead, 5 others were injured. Tonight, Tampa Police Chief Lee Burkhaw says there is at least one witness to the shooting, and they do hope that person comes forward to help solve the crime. It happened at an apartment complex on Woodville Street in Tampa. News Channel's Jeff Patterson is joining us live from there tonight. He's at Tampa Police Headquarters, though. Jeff, take it away.
Good evening, Stacy and Keith. I spoke to people in the apartment complex where this shooting happened last night, and some of them are frightened by the shooting. I spoke to one woman who says the shooting happened right outside of her apartment, and she ran to protect her children.
When Tampa police officers arrived, they found 3 people who had been shot. A 17-year-old who died from his injuries, a 21-year-old, and a 19-year-old who were transported to the hospital.
It's just so sad. It's just sad that these kids, you know, they're kids to me.
Sanji Rains lives on the backside of the apartments and didn't hear the shots being fired, but she woke up to see police officers everywhere. Summer Vargas did hear the gunfire.
I heard gunshots. I heard 6 of them, and they were right outside of my apartment.
She says she ran to protect her children.
I was scared. I got up and I ran and I checked on my kids. I have 3 of them. And I mean, all you can do in the moment is make sure everybody's okay, and that's all I did.
Tampa Police Chief Lee Burkhaw says this is another senseless act of violence.
What occurred last night is tragic. A 17-year-old lost their life and 5 others were shot.
Burkhaw says his detectives need the community's help.
Our detectives are scouring through leads, but we do know that there's witnesses out there.
Tampa police say the 5 people who survived have non-life-threatening injuries. Keith?
Well, Jeff, the chief says the detectives are working hard and they've been on this, but have they figured out a motive for the shooting yet?
Well, Chief Burkhaw tells us that he believes the shooting stemmed from an earlier argument between a group of people, but he did not elaborate.
No specifics as of yet. All right, thank you. Jeff Patterson live in Tampa.
Right now, the search continues for the person who killed 1 person and injured 5 others in a shooting at a Tampa apartment complex yesterday.
8 on your side, Jenna Bass joining us from Tampa Police Headquarters with where this investigation stands. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Chris and Avery. So right now we do know that those 5 people still remain in the hospital. A 17-year-old did die from his injuries yesterday morning. Now, police do believe that the shooter and the victims all knew each other and that this stemmed from an argument. The shooting happened around 1 a.m. last night. Cops found a 17, 19, and 21-year-old with gunshot wounds in the breezeway of an apartment complex off Woodville Street. Shortly thereafter, police were called to a vehicle nearby where they discovered 2 more shooting victims. In total, 6 people were shot. Community members tell us the violence has to stop.
I have a child that's about that age, and it's like that could be my child, that could be your child. So I think we just all need to come collectively together and figure out a solution to the gun violence.
Neighbors who heard the shooting say they're not numb to the violence, but rather afraid of it.
I was scared. I got up and I ran and I checked on my kids. I have 3 of them. And I mean, all you can do in the moment is make sure everybody's okay, and that's all I did.
Gilbert tells us he grew up around tragic gun violence and believes the community needs to come together to stop it.
I've seen people get shot, I've seen people pass away, and it's like, oh no, I just want something to change.
And right now, TPD is working leads, but the investigation remains active and open. Now, they do believe there is at least one witness in this case, and they are asking the community to come forward with any help that they may have. For now, reporting live in Tampa, Jenna Bass, 8 on your side.
A young father was gunned down in St. Pete in broad daylight, crashing his car with his toddler inside. His family is grieving, and police are searching for answers nearly a week since it happened. News Channel 8's Georgia MacArthur spoke to the victim's family.
The shooting has shaken an entire family who say Tyrone Howard was only 21 years old, a father of a baby girl and expecting a baby boy.
I just want whoever did this to my son to be found, Lord Jesus.
Outside their home, grief is everywhere you turn. Tyrone Howard's mother breaking down as loved ones remember the young father's life cut short.
Tyrone was a loving person. My son loved his family. He was all about family. He loved me.
Police say Howard crashed into a parked car Sunday afternoon on Emerson Avenue. When first responders arrived, they found he had been shot and his 18-month-old child was in the back seat. Fortunately, not injured.
And whoever did that with his baby in the back seat, that's horrible. It's disgusting, and I don't know who would do such a thing, and I hope we get justice for him. I know we'll get justice for him.
Loved ones say Howard was not only a devoted dad, but also excited about welcoming another child. Now they are holding on to each other while detectives try to piece together what happened.
And Ty was my brother, and he was an amazing dad. He loved his baby so much, and he was so excited for his son on the way.
And investigators are still working to determine the circumstances of the shooting. Anyone with information is asked to contact St. Pete Police. Reporting from St. Pete Police Headquarters, I'm Georgia MacArthur, 8 on your side.
Tonight, Tampa police say they still have not found the people or the person accused of killing a 17-year-old and injuring 5 others in a shooting last night. Officers responded to Woodville Street, where they found 3 people shot. 3 others had already been taken to the hospital. News Channel 8's Victoria Lucas is live for us at TPD headquarters. And Victoria, community advocates are pretty frustrated tonight.
Jen, advocates and community, activists, they're floored. They're fed up because they're trying to get this out to young adults and also the youth. There is this illusion that comes with the street life because it portrays this sense of belonging, but really it truly only ends in either prison time or death. Community gun violence prevention advocates at Safe and Sound Hillsborough say they're sad after hearing about Thursday morning shooting in Northeast Tampa.
It's a tragedy every time that we see this, and I always tell people gun violence anywhere is tragedy everywhere.
DPD says a 17-year-old lost his life and 5 young adults were shot on Woodville Street around 1 in the morning. When Barton and I got to speaking more about this, he had someone else in mind for me to talk to.
I picked up a gun at 14. I was living a pretty extensive criminal life by the time I was 16.
Meet Philip Crane. He spent 32 years in prison and was released in 2020. He now uses his time to teach young adolescents how to stay away from a life of crime.
I unfortunately took the life of a man during a drug deal gone bad at the age of 21.
DPD still doesn't know the motive behind Thursday's shooting, but Crane says behind the gun violence that lies in the street life, there's also an illusion being fed to folks.
They get a sense of purpose, of meaning, fulfillment, right? Power, control. With a gun, talk to that guy, your future self, and ask him, 5 years from now, you, that guy out there, is this really going to be that big of a deal? Or would you like me to make a really good choice right now?
Community activist and co-founder of Community's Giving Back Ministry, Anthony Gilbert, grew up in East Tampa. He says he's seen it all, and now he wants action.
And I've seen people get shot. I've seen people pass away, and it's like, oh no, I just want something to change.
And Tampa Police Chief Lee Burkhaw says the victims in this incident are cooperating, but police do believe there is at least one witness or even more that knows something, and police are asking them to come forward. Live in Tampa, Victoria Lucas, 8 on your side.
Today, a jury found a Polk County woman guilty of murdering a 21-year-old sheriff's deputy. Blaine Lane was killed by friendly fire in October of 2022. Polk County Bureau reporter Stacy DeSilva is live outside the courthouse in Bartow to explain the verdict. Stacy.
Stacey, the jury deliberated for 2 hours and found Cheryl Williams guilty of second-degree felony murder of a law enforcement officer. Now, Williams did not fire the weapon that killed Deputy Blaine Lane, but prosecutors argued he died because of her. Now, Williams has been in jail since her arrest in October 2022. That's when Polk County deputies showed up at a Polk City mobile home to arrest her. prosecutors say she hid and then came out pointing a BB gun at them. Deputies shot her. One of the bullets went through the wall of the mobile home and into Deputy Lane's chest. Now, Williams' attorney told jurors his client was preparing to surrender and did not point the gun at deputies. Listen now to some of what both sides had to say during closing arguments.
She immediately and instinctively raised her hand and turned to get away from the lights. It's a normal reaction. We'd all do that. What she didn't think about was the fact that she's holding a BB gun.
They saw her holding a weapon in a high ready stance, a position that indicated to them that she was going to fire. A position to them that indicated that their life was about to be over.
Now, Williams was found guilty on all charges. That includes a second-degree murder, but also resisting an officer and aggravated assault of a law enforcement officer. She will be sentenced at a later date. Stacey?
I'm wondering, Stacey, who all was in the courtroom today. I know it was an emotional trial.
Yeah, it was a packed courtroom today. Of course, Shelly Lane, Blaine Lane's mother, was there. You'll hear from her coming up at 5 and 6, as well as other family members. Blaine Lane's former co-workers and colleagues at the sheriff's office were there, showing solidarity, showing their support to the family. You'll remember Blaine Lane dreamed his whole life of becoming a Polk County deputy. That dream was fulfilled not long before his life was taken at 21 years old. Stacey.
Wow. All right, Stacey DeSilva live in Bartow. Thank you.